unless one of you all get in contact with me first. And I'm gonna check this group first because I know it's a whole bunch of education in here. Y'all just don't believe in yourselves, but it's coming. It's coming. Anywho, here's the rest of my tomatoes, and they're doing really good. Little Roma tomatoes. I'm gonna make tomato sauce out of these, or whichever ones I'm given. And upon perfecting that sauce, I will have another product or another reason as to why I should spend money on tomato plants, because I will get money back or save money, because we do eat a lot of spaghetti. I love spaghetti, and we make our own pasta. So of course we're gonna need our own spaghetti sauce. Ding, ding, ding. So at the very least, I can never, ever, ever put that mess on the market. I'm not a product pusher. I could never sell any of it. Still would be a problem. I would store it and preserve it and make sure that we never have to buy it again. So you save on both ends. And that's the goal. That's how you become self-sufficient. Keep your money within your unit, within your structure. And then each structure link up and keep the money within each network. And then each network turns into each community. And then each community becomes a state, and each state has a voice in the government. What am I talking about? Let me hush before they come find me. Whoever got that, please go write it down and formulate a plan to liberate your people. I got mint to pick. Yeah. It starts with us. It starts with looking at ourselves and saying to ourselves, how do we fix us? And how do we defend ourselves against those who seek to break us in our attempts to fix us? Gotta get to a position where we can at least throw a punch. We just standing here taking them on the chin. Just getting boop, bop, beep, boop, 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 getting hemmed up. It's time to stop all that. We are a great people. We are a powerful people. We are a God people, man. It's a shame. But hey, if you got food stamps, Bonnie Plants, everybody got food stamps in the country now, so I dare you to be ashamed of it. Bonnie Plants at Walmart, or I guess any place that accepts food stamps. This is not an endorsement of Bonnie. I can give a damn about who Bonnie is. I don't know if it's black owned, but we don't have the luxury of being picky in this department. You get food stamps, buy you some plants and seeds. The food that you grow from those plants and seeds, you can sell. Yep. I'll buy it from you. See, buying food stamps is illegal. Buying the food created from the food you purchased with the food stamps, it's not. And I can tell you now, I can make a pot of gumbo to feed 250 people. Play with me. And the reason it's 500 servings, but 250 people gonna eat, because they going back for seconds. We got the ability to not tip the scales, to knock that whole motherfucker over, knock the whole table over. Yeah, damn them scales. This is how we doing this now. What? Yeah. Anyway, everybody living has a mouth and a stomach, and they're gonna want to make sure that those two are working together to stave off starvation. People are gonna want to eat. People are gonna need to eat. You don't want to be one of them begging ass people who's looking for something to eat, and the only people giving out food to eat is people who don't want these hungry people to eat. You don't want that. That's not what you want. You want to have the ability to snap your fingers and put food on your plate without the assistance of somebody outside of you, and have the heart to understand that the overflow, that's beyond your leftovers. That's beyond what you put up for a later day. Your overflow beyond that. That which will not fit in your freezer. That won't fit in your pantry. That won't fit in your stomach. That part that you either got to throw away, let go bad. You decide that you will not be one of those people who withhold satisfaction from someone who only seeks to eat. Feed them. Show them how to feed themselves. And in their success, you can only hope that they pass on their blessing to someone else. And the cycle continues. Then the currency becomes kindness. And everybody got that. And it's easy to acquire when it's enough to go around. So put them seeds in the ground. I practice, the methods I use is, again, chop and drop. If something's dying or needs to be removed off a plant, as long as it's not diseased or sick or whatever, chop it off and drop it where it is. As an example of it, I trimmed the greens off these plants here and weeded these sections over here, because I'm going to put some more plants down there before it rains, or some more seeds down before it rains. And it just sat there in the corner, in the pile. I'm going to let it go and break down and feed my soil. Another method of gardening I use is what they call hugelkultur. Hugelkultur is when you, let's say, the kind of quick version would be you would bury tree trunks and other kind of organic material, leaves, branches, stuff that break down in a compost pile, basically. And then you put all your dirt and your hay and your newspaper and all that, layers of all that on top, and so on and so forth. And as the trees break down underneath the ground, it feeds your soil and your roots from underneath, and you just plant on top of it. I do polyculture, do not do monoculture. That's one crop. One crop is not good for the soil. So I plant several different crops. I do companion planting to make sure that they work together for the benefit of the plants, but also for the benefit of me. Like, I plant basil with my tomatoes, as you can see, and the tomatoes tend to taste better. Wow. But they also stave off tomato hornworms, which are those atrocious little freaking caterpillars that devour tomato plants whole. War on worms. Well, tomato worms, because we also do worm collection for worm castings, the night crawlers, the big fishing worms, the squiggly ass worms. What else? Just ease your mind. Don't overthink anything. Don't try to compete with anybody. The less money you spend, the happier of a gardener you'll be. And if you're truly gardening for the joy of it, you'll look for ways to spend less money. You'll look for them. You'll be like, oh, I can save it. Ooh, what can I make that out of? Oh, that's a planter. Ah, old jars with tops on them. That's better than diamonds for me. You let me be opening a box, or somebody surprise me and it's just like a present. Like, oh girl, here you go, here you go. I'm like, ooh, what is it? What is it? And I rip that paper off and I got a daggone bunch of mason jars in there. Oh, do you not understand what kind of gift you gave me? Yes. Give me an empty gallon bucket, 5-gallon bucket. Man, I'd be so daggone happy. Family makes fun of me. They be like, you are the cheapest person to shop for. Just find you something you can use in the garden and you're happy. You damn right. And if you ain't spending out a dime on it, oh, I'm high-fiving you even more. Like, yes, and it saved you money. I don't know. It's just the joy of it, I guess. And you kind of got to be there mentally. You can't just be like, I'm going to be glitz and glammed up in the garden. I'm sorry, Oprah. I'm not buying it. You got the ability to pay for things. Not saying she's not resourceful. Not saying that at all. I don't know Oprah, so I won't comment any further. What else are we doing out here? My corn is on the struggle. That's okay. Live and you learn. Greens, tomatoes, mints, herbs, strawberries. I got several bean plants planted. I got melons planted. So, and I'm itching to get my butt to the store between now and this weekend to find some more plants to put in. It's like, yeah, you can call it being addicted. I just call it being normal. Everybody else is crazy, not me. Makes me feel better. Well, I guess I've been talking y'all ear off for, I don't know, a little too long. If you're still listening at this point, I guess it was pretty interesting. So I guess it wasn't a waste of time. What else can I leave you with? Be fair, be kind. Take keys from your garden. I mean, grow to learn. Garden to learn what you don't know, and be open to that. We're not open to relearning anything. We're stuck on what we've been taught and raised to believe, and time out for turning a blind eye to it. You know, we need to do this, and we need to do this as a whole community of people. We need to be able to feed ourselves and exclusively feed one another. Because if we understand how Asians stick together and we understand how white folks stick together and we understand this shit, we know. But when it comes to us standing as a unit, we even against ourselves, and that needs to stop. And if gardening helps facilitate that union, then let's do it. Because it really don't take much to feed people. And a lot of times most people are mad because they're hungry. That can be physical hunger, spiritual hunger, mental hunger. Something ain't right in somebody, and people tired. Well, if you can fix something within yourself and show somebody else how to fix what could possibly be broken with them. It starts with us, because you can only take care of you. But in sitting down at my table, you gonna get the meal that I made. I made. Not the meal you made me, or someone outside of me made me. I'm going to share what I created, not seek someone else's creation to be shared with me. It's the only choices we have. You can't go kick somebody's door down and take up residence in their space talking about now serve me. It's been going on too long. And then when we said enough is enough, we got kicked out of our shit. Just to turn back around and beg them for our shit? No, that's not how that worked. And y'all know for a fact that's not how it worked. Y'all know. Somebody came up in your house, kicked your door down, started taking and touching your shit, and then put you out on your porch. You are not finna turn around and say, please let me back in my house. You gonna know. You kicking that bitch down. You tearing that whole motherfucker up. You burning it down because it's your shit. You want to be in there when it turned to ashes? Fine. That's what you asked for. So at least get to a point to where you're able to rebuild after you set that motherfucking fire, after you burn that motherfucker down, after you let them know who ain't playing with them, after you defend yourself and your way of life and how you want to see your kids raised, be able to rebuild your empire when the smoke clears. And consider those who can't fight. Consider those who are not in a position to be on the front lines. Our children, parents of those minor children, our elderly. Maybe we should consider fighting in a different way. If I'm not dependent on that grocery store in my neighborhood, I don't care if you close it. If I own that grocery store in my neighborhood, you don't have the ability to close it. That's 2 strikes right there. Like boom, bam. What? You ready for the uppercut? I bar you from coming into my community utilizing the food you did not put in this community. We good on that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Going on. We got us. We no longer covet your shiny, pseudo-wealthy lifestyle because it's a facade. It's fake. That's why they put the rappers in our kids' faces. They play on their hopes and their dreams, give them, because we ain't giving them nothing else to believe in. Right now, my baby is 12 years old making plans to go to Africa at some point in her life. Can't nobody tell her nothing. And you know what? When she get there, she gonna have a place to go. Because can't nobody tell me nothing. So, grow your food. Stop limiting yourself to being what you perceive a beginner to be and just get started. Good soil, sunlight, fresh water. And a place to do it. Take a look at your space. See what you got room to do. Start small. 1 pot, that's it. Couple seeds. Grow room. You can build a grow room. You may not have the space for a garden per se, but you got the space to put together a grow room. Sell plants. Because we're going to need more people to get us plants. We got to network. We got to come together. Yeah, I might be able to send you some tomatoes and you cultivate you a new tomato. Now we got a whole different type of tomato sauce we can get from our peoples. So now we're going to go build a shelf for you to put it on. I mean, it can be done. Forgive the ramble. I do apologize. But yeah, I've shared my garden time with y'all, and which is not something I usually do. Get out here and goof off sometimes, but I ain't have my chickens today. Like I said, they being stalked by this damn crow. And my baby's probably like, well, man, where's she at? She ain't come get us. Mama tripping. I want you guys to win. Whatever you put your hands in, I want you to win. For me, I'm winning because I can plant my own food. I can eat what I grow, and I feel accomplished. My goals are not so big that they're unattainable. I find peace in the simple things. I'm like Jody's mama in her garden. Like, look, let me sit here with my tomatoes, my wine, my little table. We ain't got to talk about nothing to nobody. Just going on. Let me be. That's where I'm at. And it just so happens that my babies can learn at my feet. I'm going to be somebody mud deer one day. I'm going to bring mud deer back. Big mama. But happy growing. Take it one day at a time. All mistakes are lessons if you let them be. Be blessed and keep trying. And share something. Make sure you don't hoard the abundance that comes with gardening, because you can't have it all. You can't eat it all. You have to do something with it. You have to make sure you don't, misuse the gift. So, anywho, we'll be back. Thank you. Bye.